Last year, when LEGO made Old Trafford, I was very skeptical with such a model as it didn't fit my personal idea of what a LEGO set should be. I'm more of a LEGO cars and spaceships kind of guy, and in my mind, one of two things could happen. One, the set will fail miserably and we will never see a LEGO football stadium again, and yes, this is a football stadium, you know, the real kind of football. Sorry, America. Or two, it will sell like hotcakes, LEGO will make a ton of LEGO money and we will see another stadium soon. Guess what happened? The Camp Nou Stadium, home to one of the greatest football teams of the world, the Spanish club FC Barcelona, joins the ranks of what I feel we can now call a new LEGO sports line, and that 5,500 pieces also becomes one of the biggest LEGO sets ever made. It seems fitting as Camp Nou is the biggest football stadium in Europe and the fourth biggest one in the world. The stadium is built on top of a grey base and it looks very accurate to the real thing in regards to most of the important details and color choices. The outside of the build is mainly tan, using a crazy amount of these 1x2 modified bricks, and there's a couple details to be seen, like the main entrance featuring a large glass section with some 2x4 tiles with stickers on top with the name of the stadium. There's a few micro tree builds that can be seen and some banners using a combination of 2x6 tiles and stickers. The three variations of banners feature the Barça 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 chant, the colors of the Catalan flag called Senyera, and finally the crest of the club with the year of its foundation on top of the red and blue Blaugrana flag. There are also smaller structures on the remaining sides of the stadium, and the last brick build detail the Barcelona team bus, a micro build where wheels are actually minifigure roller skate elements, and stickers were used for the Barça crest and chant once again. On the inside, the focus goes for the pitch, making use of a combination of printed tiles previously used on the Old Trafford Stadium, as well as the 1x2 wall element with a print to represent the goals, connected to the pitch with a very unusual building technique. Next to the pitch, there's also the entrance tunnels for the teams, represented by the 1x2 wall element once again. The three main stands of the stadium are also represented on the set, and we get the feel of the seats with the use of the 1x2 modified bricks on their side. On the east stand, stickers were used for Barcelona's motto and mantra, Més que un club, which means more than a club, a constant reminder of who they are and what they stand for. On the west stand, stickers were used again for the team name. Above that, there's the covered section of the stadium stands, made to look like they're held in place with this light grey structure here, made with a combination of LEGO bars, lightsabers and clip elements. On the third ring you can see that the stands start going a little higher ever so slightly after each individual brick built section, and some flex tubing was used to make the transition seem a bit smoother. There's two scoreboards with a result of 5-0 that the press release of the set claims to be the score against Real Madrid in 2010, FC Barcelona's biggest rivals. I personally feel that's a bit distasteful. Yes, a big result for the club, but at the expense of another club, forever immortalized in a LEGO product. It could have been any number that meant nothing at all, and it would have been a better call on LEGO's part, in my opinion. Maybe I'm being biased, as I'm more of a Real Madrid fan because, you know, Ronaldo. And for the final details, there's the stadium spotlights and 7 flags, representing once again the Catalan flag Senyera, the Blaugrana flag and the yellow FC Barcelona crest. You need to be aware though that this is a big model, so if you're planning on getting it, make sure that you have an available surface at home that's big enough. The build is also done in sections for easier transportation. This is a very niche LEGO product that perfectly represents the real thing, and if you're a FC Barcelona fan or you're a LEGO fan that likes to display impressive LEGO models at home, you don't really need to think twice, just buy it. You'll even get a really cool gift with it that I'll show at the end of the video. However, for the LEGO hardcore fans that are looking for an amazing and challenging building experience, there's a lot that needs to be said about the build. Have you built a LEGO Colosseum? The building experience with Camp Nou is very similar, the designer is even the same. You build this grey base, then you build a section like this, then you build 12 slightly different versions of that and clip them together. After you do that 3 more times. It isn't challenging, there's no amazing building techniques or clever piece usage, it's just the good old repetition style of build. And I want to make this perfectly clear. I'm not blaming LEGO or the designer, the model represents the real thing quite well. But as a building experience, personally speaking, it wasn't fun at all, or at least not the kind of building experiences I'm looking forward to in a LEGO set. Due to the way the build is done, there's gaps everywhere, both inside and outside of the build, which in my opinion make the model less appealing. feeling. I do understand that doing curves out of a square-based system like LEGO isn't an easy task, but I get this feeling that there could have been a better way of doing it. It is, however, a good set to build with someone else, as you're provided with 2 instruction booklets with different sections of the build that can be done simultaneously, and even though I'm complaining about the building experience, there was something rather enjoyable about it. You end up using a lot of regular LEGO bricks, which is becoming more and more rare in LEGO sets nowadays. If we look at the set from a part spec perspective, at 5,500 pieces, for the recommended retail prices around the world, it's actually a great deal when it comes down to the price per piece ratio, and there's a couple of elements that you get a few dozens of, and in some cases even a few hundreds of. If you're an FC Barcelona fan, don't think twice and get this set. It's an amazing display piece, and if you do, you'll probably get this gift with purchase set that's actually really interesting, and I'll even make a review about it soon. But if you're a seasoned LEGO builder looking for something fun and challenging to build, I would not recommend you getting this set. Thank you LEGO for sending this early copy to review, and I'll see you all in the next one.